live from New York. It's Ask This Engineer.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Ask Engineer. We're here, me, Lady Ada, Mr. Lady Ada. No special guest today except us. We're special people.
All of you are the special guests.
And you,
the
our
community
guest.
of people who like to make things and
Yes.
share things.
We are here at the Adafruit factory. We do our engineering, design, manufacturing, testing, shipping, all that good stuff that you love to use.
Yeah,
We got an exciting show for you tonight.
we do.
Kick it off.
All right, on tonight's show, the code is Mars. 10% off in the Adafruit store all the way up to 11:59 p.m. except for gift certificates and AdaBox. Your purchases support us, an open source hardware company in New York City, USA, made in America. Show and tell, people around the world showing and sharing their projects. We'll go over those. Packet mailbags and stop by. We have email, voicemail, and more. Time travel back in the world of hackers, makers, artists, and engineers. Some made in New York City, some factory footage. 3D printing. Microbit Monday. Some Pi stuff. New products. We'll answer some questions. Of a trivia question where it gives something away. All that and more on, you guessed it, Ask an Engineer.
Oh yeah.
All right, Lady Ada. Well, let's
do this then.
people want to build skills, so we must pay the bills. Mars, that's good. I said it. For the folks that are wondering what this is Ask an Engineer. We do this every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We did show and tell. Do that every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. If you check out and you're in Manhattan and the zip code is supported before 11 a.m., same day delivery in New York City, $200 or more for UPS ground in the continental U.S. DHL, we have international DHL shipping, not only to Canada, but there's more. Every week I'm just like, we're adding more. So this week I just decided to take the blog post and mention it. So, shipping DHL to Belgium, Ireland, Italy, the Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, and
We already were
UK,
shipping
Germany, France.
already.
Yeah.
I have
so,
this plane.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do,
I got a truck.
Do, do, do.
I got a truck.
An FE bot and a truck.
Yeah.
Hello.
And
let's
then
go.
the DHL FE bot was here, and it's a following bot that follows or it can proceed you.
Yeah.
Or precede you?
Reseed or precede.
Yeah, and it helps us move packages around. That was a lot of fun. We're going to try to have an FE bot here
That's cool.
more. So if you're someone who's international, when you check out customs, duty, taxes, all that is taken care of before it gets to you because it has it on the site. So DHL did a pretty good job, so that's why we're doing that. Okay.
Sweet.
And it's significantly lower cost than UPS International. And it gets there. Okay. Next up, show and tell.
It's good times.
People around the world showing and sharing their projects. Epic show and tell this week. Lady Ada, what was on show and tell?
We had so many people on show and tell. We had like over 10 people. We had a bunch of Adafruit folks. Many people coming back from trips or holidays or visits, so they have a lot of updates. Colin has this really cool 2XL Echo build hack. He showed off a preview. There's going to be a guide video coming out soon, so stay tuned. Phil B, Paint Your Dragon, is working on NeoPixel DMA hacks. We kind of discovered a peripheral in the SAMD21 that might be able to let us do 8-channel NeoPixel output with DMA, and it worked. So he showed off a little demo of it on a gigantic LED board, but there'll be a guide for that too, so it's a preview. Noah Pedro showed off this week's project. It's an arcade bonnet like game controller. So they made a project with the arcade bonnet. That's cool. Scott previewed a guide on CircuitPython libraries. We were working on releasing CircuitPython 1.0. That's going really well. He wrote a little guide on how people can design their own libraries, which is very handy because we hope people will make libraries for CircuitPython and maybe MicroPython. Tony D showed off a future project he'll be documenting. It's a birthday candle for Circuit Playground Express that plays Happy Birthday, and then you can blow out the LED candles, which is super cool. JP has a preview of his chess set mystery box and also an AC motor that he's fixing. So there'll be also some streams and projects coming from JP. He also had a project this week that we will show off soon. Then we had guests. So Stuart has a St. Augustine like lighthouse bottle. I guess it's a alcohol or something.
Yeah.
But it looks like a lighthouse, and so he's like, man, I gotta like totally hook this up with NeoPixels. So you have like a Gemma and NeoPixels, and like it swirls, and like the lights come up and down.
I've bought beverages of all types because of the bottle it was in, and I always thought I want to do something with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crystal Skulls.
That's that. There's this whiskey that's in that skull. Remember? The guy told us about it.
Crystal Skull.
Yeah. No, there's a vodka. There's a whiskey.
There's a whiskey in a skull too.
Yum. Okay.
A lot of skulls. So yeah, the Gemma NeoPixel like does a little NeoPixel lighthouse swirl. It's pretty cool. Michael made an AdaBox glowy box. It's a glowing background with circuit playground and has IR control. Looks like he took a bunch of AdaBox parts and put them together to make like a music playing LED glowing AdaBox. Super cool. Kirby hacked an intercom he got for $2 at a yard sale.
Yeah, that was another neat example. I said this on the show and tell. So there's millions of enclosures sitting there waiting for you to get them
Thrift
at
stores,
yard sales, estate sales,
garage sales.
Yeah, and this was
in
neat.
the trash.
It looked like a intercom from 2001's Space Odyssey prop set.
It was totally like a sweet old brown intercom,
Yeah.
but he hacked his Amazon Echo remote. So he can use the intercom to talk to his Echo, and the button, it's the same as pressing the button, and then the microphone is the microphone.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. I think that's a good idea, right? You should, why not? Have the Amazon.
I think there'll be an
elsewhere.
aftermarket of accessories that Echoes, Amazons, Google Homes, Siri boxes, all that stuff fits into, because no one wants to see a hockey puck.
Yeah, this is way more cooler.
Unless
It's actually
you're
funny. Colin and Kirby both had Echo dot hacks.
I guess right now the current Echo, the little one,
Yeah.
if you like hockey, it's fine. Maybe put a hockey stick next to it.
Yeah. Matt has a super hardcore airsoft gun with a viewfinder. Uses a Pi-Zero W with rotary encoder, and has zoom and enhance and
he showed it.
target.
You look at it, you go like
and
that.
has
Beep,
a
beep, beep,
monocle.
beep.
It's just a pretty intense beast there.
You don't want to be on the business end of that.
No, I'm totally terrified. So he's going to maybe do a write-up for that in the next couple of weeks. Check that out. Aaron built a message board for his desk. Uses a 16 by 32 LED matrix.
Yeah.
And it scrolls.
You can send it a secret message and then it scrolls. Beep,
Yeah,
beep,
scrolls
beep, and
messages.
it's a little ghost.
Little ghost, but he's working on hacking it to do other icons,
Yeah.
maybe Mario or whatever. And then Adam has a working electron microscope.
Yeah.
Finally.
If you're in the chat, shout out to Adam. He's been working on this for 500 years. No,
It's been 6 months.
It's been a
It's
long
been
time.
a year.
It's been a while.
He's got it running
dug
for
a
2
trench
minutes,
and ran power.
2 minutes at a time.
Yeah, and he showed a chip on the
Electron
show.
microscope. Yeah, and so he wants to get the quality up a little bit better, get a gold deposition machine, and then he can do he says 70 angstrom or
He
something.
found someone else with one.
200,000 times magnification.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I think when they decommission CERN, we should just give it to Adam.
Yeah, he'll just drill a trench.
Isn't there one that's I forget, what's the name of the one in the U.S. that...
No, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
I don't know anything about particle accelerators.
Yeah,
That's one thing I know nothing about particle accelerators.
Yeah, we posted some neat... there's a neat PCB design. Remember we posted that on the
CERN,
blog?
yeah. No, they have really cool PCBs.
CERN has cool stuff.
All right, that's all the people who are on the show and tell.
Okay, all participants on the show and tell get, and as seen on the show and tell sticker, all you got to do is email support@adafruit.com when we send you one. This is part of the Adafruit Live series. Big news in the world of chatting. If you like chatting.
Of Discord.
We have Discord, and the URL, so we're an official Discord partner.
Wow.
So they gave us a vanity URL. So for Discord, it's discord.gg/Adafruit, and then we have adafruit.it/Discord if you want to go there. And anyways, it's the chat that goes on all the time.
Check it out.
Yeah, because the chats that are on the various live video
They go away.
world, they go away. Twitch saves it.
Discord
Facebook-
is run by Twitch, or who runs Discord?
No, they're not.
It's totally separate.
They're not run by anyone. And in the Discord news, they hit 9 million users, and they surpassed Slack, which is about 5 million.
And is there logging? Is there a history so you can see what we've been working on?
It's all the good things about IRC, and they left all the bad things behind.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, so we have all the neat tools to make it manageable. We have a bunch of different channels, rooms.
We have Code of Conduct.
Code of conduct. And what's neat is now that we're a partner, we can do more stuff. So there's
Yes.
a splash screen, and we get a vanity URL, and
Sweet.
I think we get a sweatshirt. So that's that.
All right, so you can play games, play electronics.
Yeah.
It's not an official support channel.
No.
We still want you to use
The
forums.
community is supporting each other.
But the
though.
community, we want to chat
Yeah.
about projects, work together on
Yeah,
projects.
that's what's happening.
Ask people in the community for ideas and advice, and of course, go to the forums if you want more long form support. It's really hard to help people over chat because you need photos, and then some people go to test something, come back. That's why we use the forums.
I post random stuff there as I'm working on something.
Yeah.
I'm just because
Maybe I'll make an account. I have to make an account.
well, you have mine. The
Oh,
84.
great!
Yeah.
Sweet. I'll log into you.
Yeah.
The people will know if it's you or me.
Yeah. So always be nice, because you might be talking to Lady Ada.
You might be talking to me. You might be talking to him.
Yeah.
And either way, be
Yeah.
nice. Okay.
So we have we've been doing a lot of videos, a lot.
Yeah, we're getting back into the video.
Yeah, so some Desolate Lady Ada stuff and more. We had this Made in America week, because it was that week last week, so we did a bunch of videos around that. And we also had some guests. This was Carolyn Federal at
Solve.mit.
solve.mit.edu. they need solve prizes, that they have specific things that they want people from around the world to work on. Then we had our company photo.
Oh yeah,
on the
it's a roof photo.
Yeah, then we showed the Gemma being made, the Gemma M0.
I think that's what I was showing. What am I
Yeah,
showing?
and
Oh no, I showed
another-
some prototypes.
Yeah, and then that's
Scott.
hot off the press.
That's Scott being
yeah, Scott's like, I can't believe that.
giddy. That's the first M0.
Yeah, and then we did a Desk of Lady Ada. This one was kind of neat. This was you looking at all these microbit-like entities from China.
Yeah, they're actually, this is very interesting. I would check it out because they're not clones.
No.
They're actually variants. And what I thought was interesting is what they did to variantize it, like what changes they make. They also had some MicroPython boards they made. The MicroPython community in China seems to be pretty popular.
And this is me playing with some microscopes.
This is really close.
Yeah, so
you haven't looked at a microscope yet.
Not, I know someone. I
But
know someone.
has-
And I know someone that also knows someone. I'm like way. I have way more electron microscope. It's not your net worth; it's your network.
Your network of scanning electron microscope. Well, you're going
That's
to
what I've
join
been told.
that social network that you talked about, scanning electron microscope enthusiasts.
Right now, there's just two, so I think it's just they can maybe talk on the phone, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. So
those are the videos you did. I did.
Yeah, we had a bunch of videos.
Okay.
So that's going on. Also, just Tony D. This is the step detection with CircuitPython. So you can see how to do the circuit walkers with Circuit Playground and CircuitPython. So as you step, it does a really good job detecting it. So you can count steps and doing that. So like you can use Circuit Playground running CircuitPython as a fitness device, or just you want it to light up as you do stuff. So check that out. That's on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Adafruit.
Yeah.
And you can check it out. The other thing that we have, I guess it's worth mentioning that we hit the 1.0 release
Yeah.
of CircuitPython.
That's last week, but why not announce it again?
So
even more 1.0.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about this later in the show, but the current Gemma that's in the store today is shipping with CircuitPython 1.0.
Yes, this is the first board that's shipping with CircuitPython because we are out of beta. I mean, it's still kind of beta.
Yeah.
But we're heading towards having a formal release schedule now. We're going to get to 2.0. We're going to add more support.
Yeah.
But CircuitPython is 1.0. We've gone through. I mean, like there may be tweaks and updates and fixes, of course, but the API is settling.
Yeah, it's solid.
It's solid.
It's good.
And I think if we do change something, it'll be either because something is totally broken or we'll maintain backwards compatibility.
Yeah, new devices. Like we're going to try to time it so when we have a a full release, we have additional products that we're shipping out. So right now we have the Gemma. Of course, all your M0s that you know and love will be
the Feather
shipping with these.
M0 works. I mean, we will ship Feather M0 and Metro M0 with Circuit Python.
You can always install it yourself.
You can always install it yourself and go back and forth between CircuitPython and Arduino, but I like that. Soon it's going to come with code on it.
And for the folks who don't know what this is, that's okay. Just imagine plugging in a little circuit board and it shows up as a USB drive. You double click a file and you're editing it. There's no downloads, there's no ID, there's no anything.
You just drag your library files.
There's nothing.
Yeah, there's no installs.
And if you're like, well, I really like to teach kids stuff. Is there any like drag and drop blocky thing? Well, I'm glad you asked. MakeCode, which is at makecode.adafruit.com. That's how you can also do it. So that also out of the box, you take your Circuit Playground Express, pop it in, and then you can start doing.
And we're going to work on getting Gemma and Feather and Metro also supported. We're still finishing up the Circuit Playground Express experience, but once that's more solid, we're going to add definitely Gemma because I think that would really benefit. Yeah. And then Metro and Feather for more advanced users. Yeah. So like you'll have a choice of 3 ways to program. You'll make code for drag and drop simplicity. Yeah. Python for like you want to use Python, you get the power of Python 3, but microcontrollers. And then when you're like, look, I really need like low-level control of the bare metal, you can go to Arduino, C++. So there's a full range.
What I like about MakeCode, especially here at Adafruit, is we quickly need to like have a demo that does something. Yeah. So you just toss these blocks around and it just works.
And it works.
Yeah. Okay.
And great for simple projects, people just learning, just getting an idea of like what's a loop, what's an if statement, like setting the colors, having it do something, having it
the bigger
events.
Market out there is people who've never done anything.
Yeah.
And people have. So that's why we wanted to have something that's as easy as possible and then even make it easier. And then maybe even a little bit more easier. and then make it like super easy.
Part of the struggle of when you design or manufacture and you're part of this market is you have to keep working on the market, which means you have to make things easier and you have to self-disrupt. Because if you don't disrupt yourself, someone will disrupt you, right?
Yeah, we like competing with ourselves because usually if you compete with yourself, there's going to be a winner, and maybe it'll be you.
You win, but if you become complacent, somebody else will come in and just eat your lunch, drink your milkshake.
Lunch. Okay, so JP has a video. This is just kind of like a short overview of the Bluetooth project that he did with this iPad. So I'm going to show it.
Welcome to Champion Pub, kid. So you better listen up.
Back to the mailbag. Letters. We get letters. Okay. This week we have two things. One was an email. And we read these to everyone at our all company. And then we have a voicemail. Getting back on that because I have a little more time. So the first one is from Adam. My story in Adafruit 2 years ago. I hardly knew anything about electronics. I used to think electrolytic caps were batteries, and I didn't know what a breadboard was. But as I was looking around for an amazing Raspberry Pi board, I found Adafruit. Not only did I look at the Raspberry Pi, but the guides and projects. All the parts and possibilities made my head spin. Adafruit helped me find my way into the amazing world of electronics. Today I can prototype a breadboard, design an eagle CAD solder, and even have a collection of parts. Adafruit is so inspirational, and I thank them for everything they do. Thank you, Adafruit. Thank you, Adam. And here is a voicemail that someone left us. This is...
Hey guys, my name is Morgan. I just want to thank you for all of the hardware and, in-country production. It's beautiful that what you're doing. Personally, I'm just getting into programming and we'll be picking up some of your equipment shortly. Thanks again. Enjoy your shows. And of course, I can't wait to touch your hardware. Talk to you soon. Thanks.
Thank you, Morgan from New York. And if you want, you can leave us a voicemail. It's on Bitstab. That's our phone number. It's usually off, but say something nice on the voicemail, and maybe we'll play it on a show. Maybe we'll play it to the folks here at Adafruit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe it's nice.
Okie dokie. Time travel. Back in the world of makers, hackers, artists, engineers, pioneers. Lady Ada.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Rosalind Franklin. English biophysicist, chemist, and academic is born. Rosalind Franklin was an English chemist and X-ray crystallographer who made contributions to understanding of DNA. Now, here's the neat thing. Most of her work was kind of looked at and discovered and appreciated after she died. And they don't give Nobel Prizes if you're dead. However, I had an idea. Since she did DNA stuff, if we have to choose one person to bring back with DNA and all that, so we can bring her back. Bring her back. I saw nothing about clones or DNA. I think that'd be neat.
You can see. You think you can give her a Nobel Prize?
Yeah, we'll just do her DNA.
After death.
She'll grow up and be like, hey,
Jon Snow action.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this is totally a good idea.
Fine.
Okay. Next up. Good news, comrades. Happy birthday,
Svetlana.
Svetlana, can you do that?
Savitskaya.
Yeah. Flew to space, part of the Soyuz T-7 mission. Only female. First woman to perform a spacewalk.
Wow, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yep. That's super cool.
Neat.
Okay, there's more. So, in January 2016, earlier this year, we hit 1 million orders.
Well, previous year.
Oh yeah, sorry.
18 months ago.
I got 18 months ago. Got my
You time travel really.
Well, that's the point. Time travel.
Okay. So about 18 months ago.
18 months ago, and guess what happened? Like a day ago. 1.5 million orders. Thank you. I quickly put a 5 on that.
So what? Yeah. You totally duct taped it on.
There, I fixed it. I got a graphic in, but I didn't have time to put it in the show. So it's fine.
Okay.
This is fine.
This is fine.
I'll fix it in post. But 1.5 million orders, so thank you. And the person who won got a Raspberry Pi Zero, and we just sent a gift certificate.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I email us, hey, it's okay. So,
Sweet.
Yeah.
Congratulations, person.
And thanks, y'all. So, you
Thanks,
know, you
everybody.
can plot the course of our orders. We've been doing this for a while. I have a blog post.
That's a
about it.
lot, because interesting, so we have so many resellers that we still hit 1.5 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving right along. Okay. Other time traveling news. I think we mentioned this last week on the show, but you were at MIT, so I've heard, and there was like 400 murals in Senior House.
Easily.
And this art thing, and they're closing it down. From my point of view, it looks like MIT doesn't want freaky weird people anymore, and this was kind of the target.
It's an easy target.
Easy target.
It's the freakiest, weirdest norm.
Yeah, and I'm working with someone else about an article. So here's some things about Senior House. Nirvana played there, 1990.
Styros,
One of the first places.
Famous.
Tour came out of there. Yeah. Oh, I have documentation.
Did
it was
he
on
live
one of
there?
Yeah, it was on. It was in.
Greenie,
It was on one of the floors.
And
yeah.
so did.
So a lot of neat things.
Arma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he was a. Yeah, you're right. Arma was a Senior House.
Yeah,
Okay.
tour in particular is one of the ones. So we're looking back in the history of all the things that happened. So the murals are gone. They're painting them over. No one can like go there, live there in the same way. So it was a little odd because the press and the students wanted to talk to the chancellor, which sounds like something out of, Empire Strikes Back or something. But no, it does. It's like we have much to talk to
I know
the
there's a
chancellor.
president, there's a chancellor,
Yeah,
there's
the
so
emperor
many
or
deans.
something like that. So I'm like, well, like you're Lady Ada, you went to
Yeah.
MIT. Why don't you just email her and find out if she'll do an interview?
I did.
Yeah. So the PR person got back to us and said, Chancellor Barnhart asked me
yeah.
to respond to your interview request on her behalf. While she appreciates the invitation, she's traveling right now and is unavailable. That was it. So that's what we expected. But we'll keep following up because there's a lot of students and a lot of people who aren't there that are like that's where a lot of creativity, a lot of things came up, and it seems like there wasn't a chance to rectify any issues they had with it. They just like did it.
There was the plan to do an alternative, reapplication procedure, and then they decided halfway through the summer, like, fuck it, we're just gonna shut it all down.
Yeah. So that being said,
So the reason I'm interested is because if Senior House is gone, Random Hall's next, and then Pica, and then TAP.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's no question that if Senior House can go, Random Hall.
So this doesn't
gets to
exist
go, too.
anymore.
Right, Bexley's gone.
yeah.
So
And
why not?
all the people that you know and all the people you introduced me to, these are engineers, they're creative people, and they all talk about their experiences there, the art, like senior, like they all talk about this. It's like like Adafruit wouldn't exist unless there's a Senior House.
It would be different.
It'd be very different. So anyways, what was interesting though, I read the commencement speech in 2017 when the president Reef.
Yeah, Reef.
Yeah, so they had Tim Cook there.
Yeah.
Now this is where I think kind of cultures start to change. So the president said this about the 2,800 students. He said, "I'm presiding over the release of a mind-blowing new product." So the president compared all the students to iPhones, the iPhone factory, identical iPhones. So when you have these big corporations putting money into schools, and then you're calling the students iPhones, and then you're getting rid of Senior House. Like, what do you expect is going to happen? I know you might not get the innovations and the big breakthroughs.
It's part of an industrial complex. MIT produces students, and then they go work at Google and Apple and finance industry and
Google
biotech.
built a Google right there.
Yeah, it's
on campus.
It's a conveyor belt,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of kids that go to Senior House don't end up in that conveyor belt.
Yeah,
and
you didn't.
I didn't, and actually a lot of people don't. So I think
you could have easily just went to Google or Apple. You didn't.
It's across the street.
Yeah, but
Microsoft.
but you started in Adafruit. So I think that's one of the things that I'm worried that there isn't going to be the type of folks that start Adafruits. If this like idea that you're a product, and you're called a product, and you're like, yay, product.
It's a different culture, and I don't, I'm not sure how much Senior House can be resuscitated. I think people can recreate another dorm, but I'm more concerned. Well, how do the other dorms that are equally freaky? I mean, they're it's like it's like, oh, they were below average. Okay, well, if you remove them, then everybody moves down. So now there's a new below average, right?
If
so
no one says anything,
does everyone get culled
Yeah.
until it's completely homogenous, right?
Yes. Yeah. But here's a chance for people to take a look at this. Maybe say, hey, that ain't so cool. Freaky people are the folks that are going to change the world.
Yeah, there was a warning for a long time that this
Yeah.
would happen, and
Yeah.
finally it sort of did, and it happened a little faster than expected.
So we're following that. Mm-hmm. Anyways. Okay. Next up. Open source hardware. We do it. 1,255 guides.
Yep,
Lay data.
we're getting back to some
Yeah.
guides.
So let's talk about what you got.
Okay, well, there's actually, so the one is the arcade bonnet controller, so that's the new guide. And then we have some more guides that didn't make it into this learn image, the Swift guide, but you have that in the next.
I do.
Okay, well, I'll hang out.
Do you want to look at that before?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have the Swift guides. This is a new guide that we published about how to create Bluetooth LE apps for iOS that work with Blue for LE.
Yeah.
Basically, people who looked at our Blue for LE Connect app and they're like, well, I don't need that big of an app. I need something simpler and more streamlined. So this app kind of just gives you the basics, the core structure to create just a chat app, just something that sends and receives data back and forth. So check that out. So we have now a iOS guide, and we'll do an Android guide next.
Okay. And the other one, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, and then we have the new guide for the Adafruit Gem M0. I kind of started with a basic one to start, and we'll be filling it out with more example code. But it has, Circuit Python examples. It's going to have Arduino examples, and of course, everything you need to get started with your Gem M0.
Okay. And then, do you want to talk about any of the other ones? We have the
No,
arcade
those
bonnet.
are
You got
all
those?
old.
Got that.
I don't
Okay.
know why it doesn't show. There's actually at least one guide that's missing because I know.
I did this earlier in the day.
No, but even other than that, because I don't know if we ever covered Phil B's NeoPixel DMA guide. Maybe we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guides.
Maybe we
Okay.
didn't. Maybe we have to bump it to the top somehow.
Yeah. All right. So we also have this. I got to mention. It's the buy one give one.
Yeah.
We're doing this with DigiKey.
Still.
You buy a Circuit Playground, and they give one to Girls of Code.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
It's a pretty sweet deal.
It is a good deal, and you're helping someone.
And you still get a Circuit Playground.
Yeah.
Same price.
Yeah.
But now there's just an extra one.
Yeah, and there's going to be a young girl out there learning how to code. Super cool. Okay. If you are someone like us who really likes Crowd Supply, they're tossing these little booklets, and I think I mentioned this last week maybe, but even if I didn't.
Crowd Supplies also came from Senior House.
Crowd Supply came from Senior House.
That's right.
See, this is the problem. Everything, when you look, this is where it all came from. Did like a meteorite hit like Smallville type thing where all
It's like there's like this nuclear waste buried underneath Senior House, makes everybody really mutant.
Yeah. I see. That's what I'm worried about.
That'd be surprising. Yeah,
Okay.
some nuclear engineer brought back like some samples from the.
All right. Can you
reactor.
show the Crowd Supply almanac?
Yeah, sure. All right, so this is what you get when you are. Hold on, let me make sure I'm focused because I'm going to be flipping through this.
Yeah.
So you get this like nice little booklet.
Yeah.
And welcome to inaugural Crowd Supply almanac, and then there's like the values and rights, which is kind of interesting. They started doing this where they're like, hey, this is what we believe hardware should stand for. There's a little Osh Park ad. Everyone loves Osh Park. There is some projects that were funded. Element 14 ad, FSF.
Yeah.
And
It's kind of what's going on right now. I really
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
kind of like
there's also something. Keep going.
open source hardware. Hold on, this is from I can't remember the name of this company.
Screaming Circuits.
Screaming Circuits, right? Screaming Circuits. I'm going. One-time pad. There you go.
Yeah.
Just in general. Some more projects that were funded. More projects
That's a cool
that were funded.
Instagram. Yeah,
So
look,
us,
NeoPixels.
Adafruit,
Okay.
NeoPixels, and then
Yeah, this is cool.
and the almanac.
So you get one of those.
So then
And
DigiKey in the back. So we're just this is the first one, but maybe it'll expand and advance and become something big,
All right.
bigger.
So we'll have more about that. Super cool. Okay, next up, everybody's favorite time. It's free Arduino time.
Oh yay! Every week.
Everybody likes it except for like one person.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so here's what's going on in the free Arduino world.
What's new?
I know, right? So this week, we posted this up. Intel said we're end of life in Arduino 101. I think they even called it, I'll get rid of us, discontinuance.
Discontinuance.
Yeah.
Alert.
So everyone's like,
Product
oh, so
changification.
Arduino 101 was a pretty good seller. There was tens of thousands.
Actually, it wasn't. You know what's funny? It was just picking up.
Yeah. And people
we
doing
did projects. We were doing projects. So we had a pack.
Yeah. And
Google used it for their science fair projects.
And here's the thing. People are like, oh, it must be. So Intel is discontinuing the Curie, the Edison, and then they just announced, the Arduino 101. Now, articles will say Intel's getting out of the maker movement, or they'll say it must have been sales. And my opinion is it wasn't.
Okay.
My opinion, it wasn't.
What's your thesis?
So here's my opinion.
What's your
and
opinion?
I wrote about this today.
Is it your opinion?
It is my opinion. I have to say that. So
we actually have no insider information.
No. We do, because we know that we were selling a bunch of.
No, but I'm saying we don't. It's not like
we talked to other people. We see all the projects.
Everything all evidence.
Intel will never tell us, because it's a giant corporation. I did get a comment from their press person though.
Yeah.
So if you go to TechCrunch, there's an article about Arduino today.
Is there?
And it's straight up. Issues with the new CEO is jeopardizing Arduino's open future. So in January of 2017.
Yeah.
There was, I think, a CES event, and this fella was there. So he got a TechCrunch card and a TechCrunch mic and the TechCrunch in the background. And this is a new CEO of Arduino. And here he is cutting Arduino in half. What a champagne or a sparkling beverage. And that's kind of symbolic, because this person now owns most of Arduino.
52%.
Something like that.
51%.
And so there's two things that have come up in the Arduino world. I'm going to say three, but basically two. One, the products are all Arduino.org. The products are all over the place. It's confusing. Everyone says this is weirdo bizarre. It has Dog Hunter, Lenino, all sorts of logos on the back. It's super freaky, and no one's buying it. And anything in this Arduino.org world, and we've emailed a bunch of times, doesn't seem to be open source, as in there's no open source files. There's no license on the files. It says they're owned by someone else, Dog Hunter Tony Jin. Yeah. And there's no licensing on it. And we emailed, no response. Evil Mad Scientist put a post. It's been 30 days. They're like, no, we're open source. No. And so the problem is the products. They're not open source, and I'm going to keep that as kind of one thing. And then leadership. So
wait, so there's three things. Sorry, there's products.
Yeah, I'm
open source.
Well, the products aren't open source. I'm going to say that's a thing.
Okay, fine.
And just products in general.
Fair.
And then the leadership is completely sketch.
Yeah.
So this guy came here and told you that he had a PhD from MIT.
He did not go to
in
senior
computer
house.
science, and so he contacted MIT, never stepped foot there, and it's all super shady. And that was just one of the shady things that were going on. Now the other thing was the foundation that was promised by Arduino.org, the Arduino Foundation, still hasn't happened. It's going to be a year in another month. So you don't have a foundation.
No.
The products are weird, bizarre, and they're not open source.
No. It's a totally different company. I mean, it's like not even the Arduino.
And you have someone who's
No.
completely lied about everything for the last 12 years. So, leadership,
Bad scene.
products. Leadership, products. So, getting back to Intel, so they're stuck. They did a partnership with this Arduino entity. Now it's own.
And then
it's
it
a
changed.
trademark.
It changed underneath them.
So what do you do?
So your opinion is they're like, we have to get out of
They're
this.
not going to have them up on stage. They're not going to bolt themselves onto this weird thing that's going into the ditch. They're not going to be part of a foundation. It's
You know what's interesting? Intel actually did release, because I had to check. So I checked the Arduino 101, and they did release all the files. Like I opened an OrCAD, and it's all the files are there. The firmware, they eventually open sourced everything. Like they actually did the right thing.
And even when they said they discontinued open source license, here are the files. Go to Arduino.org, look at the files. It's OrCAD, and it's a picture of a schematic inside of it. It's not
There's
real.
like a PDF of a layout. It's just like not
here's the thing,
files.
and this is what Intel can't tell me.
Yeah.
So they are supporting the maker community. They're doing things with MakerShare. They're doing stuff, but they're stuck. So what do? You end the life of the product. So if anything that Intel had an Arduino stamp on, there's only one way to get out of this. What are you going to do? Like,
discontinue it.
What else is what else? Otherwise, you're going to have to deal with them. So they're not going to say it, but that's what's going on.
Okay, that's your opinion.
I mean,
I'm just bookending this.
It's my opinion.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So I got a quote from Intel, and they replied instantly. They're like, "We're still doing stuff in the maker market, maker community people, because this is a problem."
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Problem.
That's a problem.
Problem.
And this is one of the things that happens when there's those type of problems,
Yes.
is my opinion.
They didn't double down.
No.
They I guess they regressed. They're changing directions.
Just to give an analogy, which is a terrible analogy, I wouldn't like become a Subway franchisee the day Jared the Subway guy, was put in jail and arrested and all that. Bad timing.
Yeah.
Bad timing.
Yeah, you gotta wait a while.
You gotta wait a while. Gotta wait till this is over.
Yeah.
Get that guy out of there.
Yeah.
Get that guy out of there. It's the best analogy I can think of.
Okay, thanks.
I'm in New York. Let's watch a
Moving
video.
right along.
Let's watch a video. I need to brush my teeth and wash my eyes.
I have to live with this guy.
Yep.
By the way, everybody.
Yep. Okay, and we have some more made in New York. This is laser.
Those are stencils.
Yeah. And then maybe you can help out with this one, Lady. This is a time lapse. And we could play the game. What is this?
I think it's a tester, maybe, or it's a. I think it's a tester. Assembling a tester together. Looks like one of our wing shields or something. Bridging some pins.
And then we also have this neat little time lapse. This is Asher working on some of the circuit Python stuff with Brent.
That's cool. Writing code, writing guides.
Yeah.
We'll release all that stuff soon. It'll be like a mega.
The photos came in, but you can kind of see. We have a camera. This is one of the pies.
Yeah.
And this is how we do some of our time lapses. The photo came in to the side. Sorry.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
We're in space or something.
And then this is how we made a stencil, because we have to stencil our garbage. And that photo also came in. But that's our pink stenciler. Oop. And then here's the sunset. That's right outside that window what that camera showed.
That's nice.
Hi. Yeah. Okay, back to mailbag. So, sorry. Nimbus, the friendly cloud entity. Okay, I got it. Okay, this is Nimbus, all right? This is Packet.
Yeah, we already did that.
Packet is mail.
The time is moving weird for you today.
Yeah, it's been a day.
I know.
Anyways, so Nimbus, the friendly cloud entity, we're going to be doing this big IoT series. However, I just want to mention, it's a good idea to start using Adafruit.io because we're going to have a pay model. Nothing going to change for free stuff, but you should probably start using it. It's a good idea. Has all the stuff you want for IoT. We're always going to have a free tier, but it's a good idea to get
It's nice and stabilized.
Going. Yeah.
Things are very fast. If you used it like a year ago and you're like, it wasn't perfect, it's a lot better.
Yep. 3D printing. Noah and Pedro have the arcade project that they talked about in Show and Tell.
Yes, Arcade Bonnet project.
Here we go. Take it away. at 3D Hangouts and more with Noah and Pedro. Now we're catching up from last week, so we have three, count them three. Three's a neat number, by the way. I have 3 sped up videos.
I hope they're all
like
pangolins.
3D, like 3D printing. 3.
Yeah, there's like 9
Yeah.
total.
Yeah.
Multiply.
Okay. Let's do it. Okay, and one of our new features, we have Microbit Monday every week. So this project is from MakeCode. Carol, the LED can't turn on right. But it can make some great LED art. The goal of this activity is download JavaScript code, given below on the board, and use the program to introduce new students to Microbit. Students will do not coding at this time, they'll just get familiar with it. So these are some of those neat projects.
Oh, just to like analyze.
Just to like, here's what you have to try to figure out. That's kind of cool.
That's
you can just like drag stuff around, figure it out, look at it. No coding at all, just to get them, like it's not scary.
Reading.
Yeah.
Not analyzing or synthesizing.
And next up, Raspberry Pi stuff. This is cool. This is a Raspberry Pi landmine finding robot, and I have a video.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I like robots like this. I like drawing robots. I like music robots. I like robot friends. This one, because of like carnage and things that happened in the past, people are thinking about how could we clear a minefield and like little,
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that it's like a little, it's like a swimming bot.
Yeah, the only part is it's a little sad if it blow up.
Well, ideally, it would be so light that it wouldn't be detected.
No, it could find them, but like maybe it'll boop.
Oh, how does it find them? Because I didn't watch the video. It was like
you could.
Because I can hear it. I can hear it.
Watch the vid.
Does it use a sensor or does it actually try to?
Watch the vid.
I don't know.
Watch the vid.
You didn't show this to me before.
Watch the vid. No, this is a surprise.
Okay.
Okay. Before we get going on new products, Mars, let's go. 10% off. Lady, it is time. Are you ready?
Yay! Yeah.
Sing your song.
New, 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 new.
That's pretty good. You're getting better at that. Have you been taking lessons?
New lessons.
You just know one song, but you know good.
Yeah.
Okay. Reminder: we have the Adafruit news letter. You have to go into your account. You have to be signed up. It's like a million hard ways because we don't spam people. You really have to try hard. But that's the newsletter.
Okay.
And it's pretty neat because it comes out every week. Has a new product. Has a bunch of fun stuff, and sometimes there's surprises.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this.
Okay.
Free squares.
Squares.
Yeah.
Yellow squares.
Yeah.
On sale. These
Yeah.
are solder sponges. I got a whole bunch of samples. These were really nice. These are useful if you are soldering and you have to replace the sponge. This is like a demo video showing it off. I can show them on the overhead. They actually have a little hole that you can push out for solder. Can you go to the overhead?
It's like a saltine. Yum. Well, I want. Oh, you want to go to the
overhead? Yeah.
All right. Fine.
So yeah, so you can cut out this hole and then yeah, it's fun. You can get it started by just putting some water on it, and you don't want it to be like soaking wet, but you just want it to be like kind of damp. And then when you brush your soldering iron against it, it'll clean off your iron. I prefer the sponges. Some people like the brass scrubber type, sponge cleaner thingy. I don't actually like the sponges more, but you can't use like a kitchen sponge because it's not like high temperature designed. These work quite well. They clean off your iron very well. They have just enough sort of texture to them to get little bits of old paste and flux and solder off. And then they just build in the center, and then you can just toss them out. And so a little sponge comes in a pack of 3 because, you probably need more than one.
3 is this theme tonight.
And then you can cut it, with scissors if you need to place it into your iron. Just because, we give you a pretty big square, you may not need the full size. So, I have one where I had to sort of, cut little round pieces. You just cut it with scissors, and you're good to go. And then, fit it, put it into the soldering iron holder, and then spongy it up.
Okay. Next up.
Nice and thick too.
Yep.
Yeah. This is a new Pepperoni Fat add-on for Raspberry Pi. This is the Fat Beat. So I think this is part of one of their kits too, but they sell it individually. And this has a stereo I2C speaker output and then a bunch of buttons. So really good if you just want to make a little audio player and have it drive some speakers. And you get buttons, and you get like LEDs on the top too, and so the LEDs light up. You can have it be a view meter, and it runs automatically in software. And then there's little side buttons if you need. So if you want like volume up and down, fast forward, play, pause, write. A power button, which you can program in Python to do power, and then you can have your speaker wires go in there. So it goes onto a Raspberry Pi Zero, or it doesn't have to. It can go onto a Pi 2 or Pi 3. It just happens to be Pi Zero shaped. And then you have a little switch. You can switch from stereo to mono if you want. And it's all good. Very easy to use.
Okay.
Lots of buttons.
All right.
Lots of LEDs. We'll have a running demo maybe next time. We're out of time. We just got this in today.
Yep.
But there's demo code on their site. You can set it up.
And the star of the show besides you, Lady Ada, tonight is Gemma M0.
Yeah, we have the new Gemma M0.
It's here.
So the Gemma M0 is the new generation of Gemma. So we had the Gemma Classic for a couple of years, which is kind of a variant on the Flora. So we wanted to make a smaller Flora. And this is kind of a rethink. So instead of using an AT-Tiny processor, we went with an ATSAMD 21E18, which is the same chip that's used in our Feather M0 and Metro M0. We used just a pin that version that has a fewer pins, so it could fit into the center there. And what's nice is it's really powerful. So it's got 64 times as much RAM and 8 times as much flash, and it runs like 6 times faster. So it's all around much faster, has a lot more capabilities. It can do USB serial or USB keyboard, like it acts like a proper Arduino. You can do debugging with it. You can have it show up as a keyboard. You can show up as a mass storage disk drive. It has a ton of flash space, so you can store like little audio clips inside of it because you have 256K of flash. So we have a demo with like
I have a question.
yeah.
How many NeoPixels do you think you could drive with this?
You can drive about like 6,000.
6,000?
Yeah, because you have 32K of flash, and then you use 3 bytes per, so about 6,000. You have a little bit left over.
Wow.
So you can drive a lot of NeoPixels because there's tons more RAM. And we added like a little dot star RGB LED there as well, so you can see it's changing colors for you. So, we used to have a green LED, but then we decided, you know what, if you have all these extra pins, because we have a lot of pins on this chip, so we just connected to a dot star LED, and so you can have
status notification,
whatever.
Test, make sure everything's working. Mm-hmm. No ID you need, just pop it in, it shows up as drive.
Yeah, and so we use the same pin IDs as the original Gemma. So if you have code for the Gemma in Arduino, you can just run it on this, and it'll be identical. We kind of made A0 and D1 and D2, all the pins. So they don't like make a lot of sense, but they're identical to the old Gemma, which is pretty handy. And it's the same size. We made the pads bigger, so you can use it with alligator clips. You can still sew them, but they're a little more alligator clip friendly, so that's kind of nice. It's compatible. And then one of the big changes is that we updated it to now come with CircuitPython. So instead of, you can use it with Arduino, and it works with our Arduino core just fine. Everything's lovely under Arduino, and you get full control of the chip. But when we ship it to you, it comes with CircuitPython. So when you plug it in, it shows up like a little disk drive with code examples already on it, a README, the Windows driver if you need a driver file.
So you don't have to download any software?
There's no software. You can just edit the main.py file right there using your favorite editor or text editor or whatever. And I just have a little demo of the Gemma M0 here, so I can show it off. So this is actually running Python. So I got a 16 by 16 LED matrix. And then I just plugged in a little battery. Yeah. And then
turn it on.
Just a red, green, blue, rainbow. So it can drive easily within Python, NeoPixels or sensors. All the pads can be analog inputs. There's a true analog output, so you can play little audio files. We have a 10-second, 12-second audio file version that you can play just directly from the analog output pin. All the pins can do capacitive touch. They can do PWM, so you can connect servos. And what's nice is it's like a natively Arduino and CircuitPython supported, so you don't have, like with the old Gemma, it was like kind of bit bangy and a little hacky, like you had a special version of the wire library maybe, or you had a special like servo control library. With this, it's like actually the full 48 megahertz, 256K flash version of the chip. It's just very small, and you have these pads, but it's very powerful. And we got good pricing on the chips, so it's still the same price as the original Gemma, but it's just like way better.
That's the thing that a few people noted. It's the same price as the original Gemma.
Mm-hmm. It's the same price, but it's going to be a lot easier to use, more powerful. And I would recommend people, if you're starting on a new Gemma project, just go with the M0 because you'll be able to use Python. And if you're getting started with programming, I think Python's a little easier to learn. Or you can use Arduino, and then again, all the code is back compatible. Like we went back and we actually checked all of our Gemma guides, and we tested them to make sure. And we're going to go back and add CircuitPython code for them as well.
What I like about this, if you do like a costuming, or if you do anything where it has a bunch of LEDs, and you're in an event, you could just edit the code kind of there on anything.
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
And you can use it with any sensors, and it's just like you're using an existing ecosystem and this nice powerful chip.
Yeah.
And we just moved a couple. Oops. I think my battery died. We just had to move a couple parts around, but it pretty much all fit. And it's like you get a NeoPixel, and you got this nice silk screen on the back.
Yeah.
And it works just as normal with all your Gemma projects, but it's better. And I think this will enable people to do even more projects, especially like with CircuitPython. It's a lot easier to use because, again, you just plug it in, and we have example code ready to go for NeoPixels.
Yeah,
and
we're
buttons.
working on getting it with makecode.adafruit.com as well. We got to do all that.
So it's very exciting. Okay. So I'm excited about this Gemma, and we'll have a trinket as well.
Okay.
And then, of course, the Circuit Playground Express. So we have now we're going to have 5 boards with CircuitPython.
Yeah, we're just getting warmed up.
Yeah.
All right, Lady Ada. That's it. Good work. New products. It's over.
Yay.
Okay. Well, don't forget the code's Mars.
Right.
It supports us. Open source hardware company. Type up your questions in the chat. We're going to answer them.
Yeah, we have a
Get
speed
some-
round, and we'll do a giveaway.
Well, the first question we went over, but I think folks are just joining in. Can it be programmed with CircuitPython?
It comes with CircuitPython.
It comes with it. Okay. Someone had a question a while back in the chat. It was about Fabric, and I don't know. See if I can find it. If you're still there, you can ask it again. Okay. The silver fabric in the store. How well suited is it for making a shielded pouch for cell phones that would block out Wi-Fi?
I think we have a project about that.
Yeah.
I think Becky did a project. Check our Learn system
Yeah.
for like cell phone protector pocket, and I think we show the using the taffeta style fabric, and it worked quite well. I think she has a guide about it, and even shows like tests.
Okay. Any advice on creating cardboard packaging for electronic projects looking to up my game and do possibly Amazon fulfillment? Do you work with someone to create the physical?
We get boxes. We have a guide, a page called Uline Alternatives.
Yeah.
Check those out. Just use an off-the-shelf box and then put a sticker on it. That's the best.
Yeah, or if you can use an off-the-shelf box and get like a sleeve printed. Mm-hmm. That's something you see.
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
companies
easiest.
do. Okay, what dorm did you stay in?
I lived in East Campus, 30 East.
All right.
But I transferred in, so I was actually only there for like
Okay.
a year and a half.
How much memory per NeoPixel?
Use 3 bytes per NeoPixel. Although this supports RGBW,
Oh.
which is 4 bytes per.
And someone wanted a data sheet for the silver fabric. I don't know if we have a data sheet.
We
for
don't have a
that.
data sheet because it's not meant for that purpose. It's meant for like ESD protection. There's no data sheet that I know
What's
of.
your quote? Sometimes life doesn't give you a data sheet.
Sometimes life doesn't give you a data sheet.
Yeah.
So we kind of did some tests on it. We haven't done like
Yeah.
true EMF testing.
Community project. If you want to make
It's
a
also
data
like,
sheet.
we don't guarantee it for that. We use it for like conductive sensors, and if you want to make a touch sensor or you want to make
Yeah.
like fabric that passes some current.
Next up, is it bad to turbo overclock a Raspberry Pi Model A Plus with RetroPie 1000
Nah,
megahertz?
you're fine.
It's fine.
Fine.
Okay.
They wouldn't let you turbo if they don't let you turbo. There's internal protection circuitry.
Suggestion from the chat. Stamps are really cool to use on blank boxes. Yeah, it's a good one. And you can like laser cut.
Stamps are cool. Yeah, laser etching.
Okay.
Stickers.
Can CircuitPython be crammed onto an old ESP8266 as a huzzah?
Mm-hmm. We have guides on how to do that. Check out Learn. It's a different experience. You have to use like an assistive tool. You have to use like Ampy or another tool to get the file on. It's not like Gemma or Metro Express or Feather Express where you drag the files on and you edit them live.
Okay. I want to make a LED biker jacket. Do you think a Raspberry Pi Zero will work to control the light strips? I'd use a Gemma M0.
I'd actually use a Gemma or a Flora or a Metro because the
Yeah.
the CircuitPython is going to be easier and faster and it'll boot immediately, whereas a Raspberry Pi takes a while to boot up and it also draws a lot of current.
Yeah, and then someone wants to know, can they ask technical help? Well, it depends. You can ask here in the chat, Discord, but the forums are always going to be the best bet.
Yeah.
For a customer.
detailed technical questions, I usually
Yeah.
say, hey, post the forums because it's
And
like I can't see your screen.
Yeah, someone says, I have many parts bags from your items. When will you create a return deposit model so I can get a refund and you can recycle? Well, the problem is if the bags come in and they're damaged in any way or they're just not perfect
Or they're like
whatever,
greasy.
or it's an older barcode,
Yeah.
our customer is going to freak and say you're using...
You can
so-
recycle them for your projects.
Yeah,
They're
save them
great
for your
whole-
projects.
I put components in them and stuff, and then I store things back in the bag for protection.
Yeah. Next up, you said the Adafruit music is online. Yeah, soundcloud.com/Adafruit. We have a bunch of it.
As long as SoundCloud's up, and then we'll move to something else.
Yeah, I heard SoundCloud is... They're struggling, but they're around. They're just doing some stuffy changes and stuff. Okay. Yeah, you can include the music. Just credit it. That's what it's there for.
Follow the license.
Yeah. Let's see if we got some other questions. I'll check around here.
Yeah.
I think this is all of them.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I think you got through it.
Yay.
Yep, those were the questions.
Okay, cool.
Good work, Lady Ada.
Good work, people.
Okay. You want to give something away?
Yeah.
What do you want to give away? I
A
think
sponge. No, just kidding. Gemma.
it's Gem M0.
You're going to Gemma M0. Wow, with CircuitPython on it.
Okay, what are the rules?
Rules are the first person to call the phone number when we put it up is the winner. I'm going to ask you 3
This is
questions.
the easiest trivia question in the world.
The first trivia question is, what's your name? Please give us your name.
Name.
Second, I need to know where you're calling from.
Where are you calling from?
You just say Earth. It's fine.
Earth is fine.
Third, maybe tell us a project you're working on or a project you want to work on.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 questions.
Yeah.
The first two are absolutely mandatory. The second one, you know, you can say, I don't know, or I'm working on stuff, or
Yeah.
I'm learning. First two questions are required. Because otherwise I can't give you the gift if I don't know who you are and where you're calling from.
Stuart said that my rant was a much needed rant. Thank you, Stuart.
Nice rant.
It wasn't a rant. It was just like information.
No, I mean, like, rant is in a good way, like the subgenius style, like speak truth to power, or speak in the power to truth, or whatever it is.
Before, just straight up, it's an open source community, and if someone is in charge of this project or whatever, Arduino,
Yeah.
we're not only stuck with them, maybe temporarily, but they're stuck with us.
Yeah, that's true.
They're trapped in here with me.
Yeah.
My favorite scenes from Watchmen. Okay, phone lines are open. Call.
Call this number, get a free Gemma M0.
You don't want to talk to me though.
You'll talk to me, don't worry.
You don't have to talk to me.
You don't have to talk to Phil.
It's all right. See if anyone's gonna call us on the phone.
Yeah?
Maybe no one's gonna call. Maybe no
Maybe
one
we're
wants a Gemma-
terrified.
Maybe no one wants a Gemma.
Did you
Yeah, I turned the phone on.
should I check if it's...
No, I don't think you should check. See, just when we think it's not gonna happen, it happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hello, you have reached Ask Engineer, and you're the first caller. Congratulations. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Mark. Actually, I was left you a voicemail last week.
Oh, great.
Oh, wow.
Calling from Albany, New York.
Sorry, what was your name again?
Morgan.
Morgan. Oh, right, Morgan Property.
We played his voicemail.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Well, thank you so much for calling, Morgan. Well, congratulations on your second call to us. You've won a fabulous prize, a Gemma M0. I'm going to send it to you. I'm going
Thank
to.
you very much.
Yeah. What are you working on? What's some projects you want to, or you want to work on?
Actually, I was trying to build a sort of toy MP3 player for my children with a bunch of your equipment I have on order already.
Okay, great. Well, one of the cool things is the Gemma M0 can play very short little music clips, so you could try that, or add some lights with the Gemma, or I don't know, eat it. Well, don't eat it because it's.
Yeah, I was thinking some lights. Actually, I have the music feather wing from the. I saw you featured in one of your ADA boxes.
Oh yeah, ADA box. Yeah, that was the previous ADA box. Okay, well, congratulations. All you have to do to win your fabulous prize get shipped to you is email support@adafruit.com. Just say, hey, I'm Morgan. I'm from upstate New York, and I won this Gemma M0, and we're going to send you out this Gemma M0. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Use it well.
Have a wonderful night.
All right, good night. Thanks, Morgan.
That worked out great.
Morgan has really good sound quality.
Yes, and if you didn't win, you can still save 10%. That's like winning. And
Why is it Mars? What happened to Mars?
Well, that article on TechCrunch had Mars, and it said Mars. It said Mars Arduino.
Oh, Mars, not like the planet.
Yeah.
It's a pun.
It's a pun.
Okay.
If yeah. Okay. Anyways.
Why did I even ask?
Yeah, because
Better off if I didn't.
Yeah.
Look at this lovely
so
Gemma.
Anyway,
Pick up a Gemma.
you can just call the phone number and leave us a nice voicemail message if you want. We'll play it.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, that is the show tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for being accepting of this madness.
I'm getting hardware done.
Getting a lot of hardware done.
Yeah.
And special thanks to all the Adafruit team members, remote and here. Thanks for all the folks helping in the chats, the entire community that makes this place good. It's good.
Good.
Thanks for all the folks that are making cool art, keeping up the fight, sharing. Nothing brings people together like making stuff. So let's keep doing that.
Okay.
We're here every week. We'll see you next week, 8 p.m. We'll do this again. We have a picture of MOSFET the cat.
Meow.
And here is your moment of Xenon. I'm going to play a video on the way out. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, Lady Ada, what are you up to?
Oh, hey, Adabot. I was just programming my circuit playground.
Playground? That sounds like fun. What can you do with it?
You can do a lot with a circuit playground, like detect motion, measure temperature,
Brr, that is cold.
sense light, touch, and sound too.
Hello! La 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 la.
It even has a buzzer built in.
Wow, Circuit Playground can do lots of interesting things.
Yep, And the best part is you can combine all of these abilities to make really cool projects.
Like what kind of projects?
Like a tilt sensor, detect a heartbeat, a musical instrument, or even interactive games.
I won!
And those are just a few examples. Get creative and you can make pretty much anything you imagine.
Excellent. So how do you tell Circuit Playground what to do?
Easy. First, you write your code. Then, you upload that code to your Circuit Playground. You can choose how you want to write and upload the code. Circuit Playground works with Microsoft PXT, Arduino IDE, Arduino Create, or CircuitPython.
This is awesome. I'm gonna go get started on my first project. Thanks.
Hey, I was using that.